All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone for teaching us His truth to rule well. On today's lesson, all right, I just want to go into, the new covenant. Okay, I had a man tell me the other day, okay, that because he's under the new covenant, he can eat pork and he can eat any type of abomination he wants. All right, according to him, according to him, he's under the new covenant, but the new covenant hasn't been established yet. Okay, so you're not allowed to eat pork. You're not allowed to eat any unclean foods. Especially you Jakes out there, man. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and so-called Native Americans. You're not allowed to eat that abominable food, man, according to the law. You see? So let me start it off, Jeremiah 31 and verse 31. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Okay? And that word covenant there is Baryath, all right, Baryath, which means an agreement, okay? That covenant is between us and the Most High, an agreement, okay? I'm going to give you this and you're going to give me that, right? You're going to serve me and I'll make you the head nation, right? That's the same thing that Esau Edom does with his treaties. All right, he'll go into a nation and say, okay, you're going to serve me. And what I'm going to do to you is I'm going to bring democracy. I'm going to bring order. I'm going to put you in power and you're going to be above everybody that's in this nation. But Esau Edom tries to do it on the left-hand side because like Psalms 58 and Psalms 55 talks about, okay, he's against them that are with him. And in Psalms 58, it talks about the poison of his lips. You see? So this is the new covenant that the Most High, all right, the righteous, all right, is going to make with the elect of Israel and with the nation of Israel. Okay? So it says, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, right? That's talking about the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, because in the time of Jeremiah, the kingdom was split into two, okay? You had the northern kingdom, which are the so-called Latinos and so-called Native Americans, okay? And to scattered abroad. And then you have the southern kingdom, which are the so-called Negroes, you see? So it says, verse 32, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them up out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, saith Yahweh. Right? So in the time of Egypt, the Most High took us out of that place, that wicked ass place, okay? And we didn't respect the law, statutes, and commandments, man. That's why we were in the desert for 40 years. It's not necessarily that we didn't know where we were going or that we were lost. It's that the Most High had to take away that wicked seed. So when that generation passed, there was a new generation, and that's the generation that served Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's the generation that was kept. Okay. So you had wicked Israelites, man. Same thing that you have now, right? You have wicked Israelites, wicked ass Jakes that are trying to tell you, you can come and for Christmas, which today is an unholy day. All right, it's not holy because it goes back to Nimrod in Babylon. All right after the ark, in the times of Noah. There was Nimrod, a Canaanite, okay, which really all the deities, All right, all the false deities go back to Canaan. All right, in the land of Canaan. You know? But that December 25th is the birthday, so-called birthday of Nimrod. All right, you had Ishtar, which is Easter, all right, which is not a substitute for the Pesach, all right, or the Passover, you know, because you have Christians celebrating Easter as well, you know, not knowing what they're doing, man. They're hiding the eggs, not knowing that that's an ancient custom, all right, of the heathen. In worship of Easter, Ishtar, which is Semiramis, okay, in worship of her, calling her Easter, all right, and portraying her as the egg and the rabbit or the bunny, which is a symbol of the fertile goddess, you know. The same thing with Easter. What she did was she erected a tree, okay, or there was a tree that was erected, okay, and she claimed that tree that rose up was Nimrod himself. All right, it was a sign from Nimrod himself. So people, you know, as simple as people are, they went up to the tree and they put gifts under the tree, man. And that goes into Jeremiah chapter 10. All right, that's the custom of the heathen, you know. So those aren't things that we're supposed to be doing. You see? So the new covenant is not going to be, I guarantee you, all right, if you ask a Christian, all right, if in the kingdom of heaven, we're going to be celebrating Easter, and if we're going to be celebrating Christmas, they won't have a fucking answer for you, man. You know? They won't have an answer for you. Why? Because it's not written in scripture. Okay? But if you ask an Israelite what's going to be celebrated in the kingdom of heaven, we'll tell you straight up. You know, the high holy days. You know, first and foremost, it's going to be the Sabbath. Okay, we're going to keep the Sabbaths. Okay, the Passovers are going to be a celebration. All right, and there's many more. You know, the Feast of Lights. There's many more that we're going to be keeping to the perfection, man. We're not going to be keeping no Christmas. That's not in the scriptures. You know, that's a heathen custom, man. Okay, so you eating pork and being unclean and doing unclean things, all right, that's not scriptural for you to do. You're not at liberty, all right, to have sin. You know, you're not at liberty to sin as much as you want, man. And that's what these Christians believe. They believe they can sin as much as they want, all right, because they believe the Most High has their back. They believe they could be wicked as hell. They believe that they can be evil against the children of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They can hate them as much as they want, and they think that the Most High is with them. They think they're going to be safe when the Most High comes back, not understanding that they're coming against the children of light. Because this new covenant is not for all nations. You know, all these nations aren't going to be born with the law, statutes, and commandments inside of them, and they're going to follow after the Lord in all perfection. They're not going to be doing that, man. You know, that's out of order. So it says, Jeremiah 31 and 32, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them up out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, saith Yahweh. All right, so it's not going to be according to the covenant, the old covenant. All right, which the old covenant was what? Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, that was the covenant the Most High dealing with us. You know, I'm gonna give you these laws and you're gonna serve me. You know, and we didn't keep it. We didn't serve Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. As soon as we got out of Egypt, what did our people start doing, man? Started worshiping Apis, right? That bull over there in the Canaan territory, you know, in the land of Ham. You know, started worshiping a damn bull, man, a calf. All right. And Aaron said, "Behold, Israel, thy God." Because that's who Israel wants to serve, man. Israel wants to be like the heathen. You know? They want to be at liberty to sin. And that's why you have Israelites that wholeheartedly believe, all right, that the laws and the statutes and the commandments, they were all done away with. They wholeheartedly believe that, man. You know? Why? Because they want to be like the heathen. Not because that's what scripture says. They want to be like the heathen, to be at liberty to sin. Not knowing that what's coming is death and destruction, man. You know? So the Most High said in Ezekiel 20, that which you bring to your mind that you're going to be like the heathen is not going to come to pass. Why? Because He spoke it. Why? Because you're going to serve Him. Why? Because He's our ultimate leader. All right? He's the master. You know? And Elder Apostle Tahar was going into, all right, how whenever an Israelite went to war with another nation, all right, whenever we went to war with another nation, you were able to kill the men and children, all right, the males, and the younger children. Some of them you would keep to be slaves, you know. The younger woman, you would keep them, and that would be your virgin, you know. And when the time of her flower passes, okay, you were able to pop her or to sell her, you know. And then the women, as long as their husband, all right, was killed, that's really the only way that you can go onto a woman. You know, it's really the only way that you can go into a woman if she's widowed or if she's not dealing with anybody, man. That's the right way to do it. All right. But because Moses suffered with the wicked ass Israelites, man, all right, always trying to, but if Moses gave them the bill of divorce, you know, which that shouldn't even be a thing, man. All right, but the Most High suffered, all right, through Moses with the Israelites, man. You know? So this new covenant, it's not even going to be a covenant for these other nations. You know? It's solely for Israel. This is Matthew 26 and 26. And as they were eating, Yahushua took bread and blessed it and braked it and gave it to his disciples and said, "Take, eat, this is my body." And he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, "Drink ye all of it," right? Because we are going to have to suffer, all right, like Yahushua suffered, man. You know? When we come into this truth is not for us to prosper in the world, all right, to increase, no matter what the flesh wants, all right? We're not heathen. We're not going to go after the flesh, man. We're Israelites, you know? And we're fighting to be of the elect. So what we're going to do is fight with our spirit, all right, in order for our spirit to increase. See? So it says, "Drink ye all of it," verse 28, "for this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many for the remission of sins," right? So when you go into that word New Testament, it's diatheke, all right? Diatheke, which means a covenant or an agreement. Now we read in Jeremiah 31 and 31 that the new covenant is only for the children of Israel. So then Matthew 26 and 26, by default, a new covenant is for the children of Israel. See? It's not for everybody. Not everybody's saved. God doesn't love everybody. You know? So it says, which is shed for many for the remission of sins. Right? So when you go to Matthew chapter 1, that many is are the Israelites. You know? Because this is not for everyone, man. You know, we can't stress that enough. Salakia. Matthew chapter 1 and verse 21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahweh, for he shall save his people from their sins. Right? And we talked about what the first covenant was, you know, which was the Most High giving us the law, statutes, and commandments, giving us ordinances, right? Things that we have to follow, and we didn't follow it, you know? So the new covenant is basically like a part 2 to covenant 1, you know? Which doesn't mean that there's going to be, you know, new things brought upon the earth, and you know, you don't have to keep the laws anymore, and in the kingdom of heaven you can do as thou willest. All right, that's the spirit of the heathen. That's not the spirit of the Israelites. That's not the spirit of Yahweh Shai, and that's definitely not the spirit of Yahweh the Most High. You know, 1 John chapter 5 and verse 1. Whosoever believeth that Yahweh Shai is Mashiach is born of the Most High. And everyone that loveth him that begat, loveth him that is begotten of him. By this we know that we love the children of the Most High, when we love the Most High and keep his commandments. For this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. Right? His commandments are not grievous unto the elect, unto the men of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You know? Because we don't have to eat pork. We're not gonna, yeah, but you know, what if I season it like if it was chicken? All right, you have a bunch of, you know, simple ass jakes, man. You know? Yeah, but what if I close my eyes when I'm eating the bacon? A bunch of simple ass questions, man. You know? Simple ass questions. True. You know? If it tells you in black and white, don't eat pork, okay? And then you're going to turn around and say, you know, you can actually eat pork, all right, if you close your eyes, or if you hide it from your hand, all right, and you just shove it in your mouth. It's stupid, man. Don't eat pork, all right? Simple, all right? If Jeremiah chapter 10 talks about don't go, you know, celebrating Christmas, okay? And don't go into the way of the heathen, which that word heathen, gawayam, goes into it being other nations. You know? Outside of Israel, which is profanity, for an Israelite to be following after the ways of these other nations, that's what profanity means. You know? Profane is to be outside of the temple. And who are the temple? The Israelites. That's the temple of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. You know? So we shouldn't be wanting to follow any type of heathen custom, man. You know? Now, as part of the curses that in our land of our captivity, all right, we're going to be eating the defiled bread of the Gentiles. You know? That is part of our curses. You see? So it says, 1 John chapter 5 and verse 4, for whosoever is born of the Most High overcometh the world, and this is the overcometh the world. Overcometh the world, and this is the victory that overcometh the world, even our faith. Who is he that overcometh the world, but he that believeth in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, the Son of the Most High? Right? So now we believe, all right, and now we love the children of the Most High. And why is that? Because we're the children of the Most High. Going back to 1 John chapter 3 and verse 2. Beloved, now are we the sons of the Most High, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that we shall appear Salaki. Let me read that again. 1 John chapter 3 and verse 2. Beloved, now are we the sons of the Most High, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. Right? So we're going to be like Yahweh Shai. What made Yahweh Shai perfect? What made the Lord perfect? All right? It wasn't the sandals that he carried. Okay? It wasn't the skin tone that he had. It wasn't the hair, the woolly hair that he had in his head. All right? Although those things go into how an Israelite should look. Okay? But ultimately, what made Yahweh Shai perfect was, one, his faith that he had in Yahweh the Most High. Okay? And two, the keeping of the law, statutes, and commandments. Right? So if we're going to be like Yahweh Shai, right? You have Christians that say they're going to be Christ-like. They're trying to be Christ-like. But Yahweh Shai wasn't eating no fucking pork. All right? Dead fish. You know? That's not what Yahweh Shai was doing, man. You know? And by dead fish, I mean fish that hasn't been cooked, man. Especially unclean fish like shrimp, lobster, you know, catfish. Jake, man, I'm telling you. So it says, 1 John chapter 3 and verse 3, and every man that hath this hope in him purifieth himself, even as he is pure. So in the time where the Jews, okay, in that time when the Jews were forcing the Gentiles to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the perfection, keep the Sabbath to the perfection, keep everything to the perfection of the law, okay, that's why Apostle Paul and Apostle Peter were like, yo, you need to chill out, okay? These are men just barely coming in. These are grown men coming into our faith, okay? Grown men coming into the faith of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai that were not raised like Israelites. They were raised like heathen, okay? And for you to just go in and tell them, hey, you got to keep this shit to the perfection, man. Good luck, and throw them out to the wolves. You know? When we come into this truth, all right, we're slowly, in the faith that we have, we're slowly shedding away that old man. You know? Slowly shedding away the old man and taking off that old skin. You know, to put on the armor of light. Okay? So it says, 1 John chapter 3 and 3, and every man that hath this hope in him purifieth himself, even as he is pure. Right? And you got fucking Jake, man. You know? Smoking, acting stupid, you know, getting drunk in midday, man, acting like fucking heathen, man, shaving, you know, through, man. That's why Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai has to come back, man. All right, because our nation is so far off. They're so far gone, man. You know? Let me get this one real quick. Let me get this preset. This is Maccabees. It was 2nd Maccabees. All these things are done for a reason, man. All right, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai has everything in absolute control. You know? 2nd Maccabees chapter 6 and verse 12. Now I beseech those that read this book, that they be not discouraged for these calamities, but that they judge those punishments, not to be for the destruction, but for the chastening of our nation. You know? So we see the light, man. We see what Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai has given us. And we look at Jakes, man, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And we see how they act. And we see how through they are. All right? And we learn from that. You know? You have Israelite women okay, that are getting popped by different men, you know, all the time, and she enjoys that shit, man. Wicked. You have Israelite women, all right, that are married to men, okay, even righteous men, and they're still going behind their backs and getting popped by other men. You know? This earth, this place needs cleansing, man. That's why we believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because we know this place needs cleansing. You know? So we judge those punishments that we're in. We judge those things that we're in. And we beseech Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to come back, to take us up, to save us. You know? So it says, but that they judge those punishments, 2 Maccabees 6:12, not to be for destruction, but for the chastening of our nation. You know? For the chastening of our nation, man. Our nation's in captivity right now. You know? They need to be chastened. And they shall know death by pain. You know? They will know death by pain, man. It's not going to be a pleasant experience for 2/3 of Israel, okay? Whenever the chip comes out, the continuance of the Maxine, okay? And then you have Jacob's trouble, World War III, all those calamities that are about to fall or befall the earth, okay? All those calamities that are going to befall the earth, it's not going to be pleasant, you know? Israel's going to look up to the Most High and scream out, Lord, Lord. And the Most High is going to look at him and say, I never knew you. Okay? I spoke to you through my men. All right? I spoke through you in visions, in dreams. I spoke to you through different people multiple times. You scoffed, you mocked, you deserve this punishment. You know? And that's what's coming to Israel, man. You can see that in Jeremiah chapter 8 and Isaiah chapter 1. You know? Those 10, that 10 and that dross that you desired, the Most High is going to give you up to it, man. All right? And if Esau is going to die like a heathen, all right? Esau is going to die by his own hand, then you're going to die by his hand too, man. You know? It says 2 Maccabees 6:13, for it is a token of his great goodness when wicked doers are not suffered any long time, but forthwith punished. You see? Wicked doers, man, sinners. And that's what's going to befall. It says, for not as with other nations whom the Most High patiently forbeareth to punish. You see? That's why you got Israelites that are getting killed up in these fucking streets, man. And they wonder why. Well, if there's a God, why are our people getting killed? Exactly why, man. Because there is a God. You know? And we believe that he exists. He is to be. And those punishments that you're receiving are well deserved, man. My people getting killed up in these streets, well deserved. You know? It says, for not as with other nations whom the Lord patiently forbeareth to punish. You see? That's why Esau Edom is still in power. The Most High is patiently forbearing in order to punish. It says, till they come to the fullness of their sins. So dealeth he with us, lest that being come to the height of sin, afterward he should take vengeance of us. You see? That's what we're waiting for, man. You know? It says, and therefore he never withdraweth his mercy from us, and though he punish with adversity, yet doth he never forsake his people. And we read who Yahweh Shai came for, right? So that new covenant is really for the Israelites. It's not for everybody. God doesn't love everybody. Okay? Just because it makes you feel good and warm inside doesn't mean that it's the truth. You know? Because what the Most High is going to bring is adversity. You see? So now let me close that. Let me go to John chapter 10.